Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, my name is Robix Jambles.
I'm Mark Plammer.
I'm Tim Masterbagus. You know, that's the wrong fucking franchise, you know.
There's 2 of them going.
It really is.
It is a really long,
It is.
thing for a bottle opener.
One's over.
There we go.
So we open with a black screen for 2 minutes with nothing on it and just music.
And the stars too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must watch the same version. Fuck. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? It's the same music as a couple of characters interacting. Did you notice that?
It's like they used to do this thing when an orchestra would play with a film. They'd go over all the themes in like one song. I was going to research what it's called, but I forget what it's called. But it's like before Lawrence of Arabia, where they get little pieces of all the themes and they put it together. They do it in like an opera too.
Yeah, they're rock operas and shit. Not rock operas, like musicals. Like Annie and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, there's a term for it. So it's one of them, but it's just black and there's no orchestra playing in the house. But then we get the opening credits and we have pictures on the screen with music.
Was it pictures?
Well, it was stars and people's names.
Oh, yeah.
Opening credits back in the day were so fucking long. You just like...
I love them though.
Yeah. And it was also the...
But after 2 minutes of black?
The 2 minutes of black is weird.
Yeah. There's also that's the first time they used that song was going to be like TNG's opening too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So then, it's like Star Trek the motion picture and it plays the TNG theme and my brain is like, what? What? Yeah, so Jerry Goldsmith wrote that theme for this movie, and then when the show happened, I'm like, yeah, we'll just fucking use that again.
Recycle, mate.
How much it will cost to make another one? Nah. What we got laying around? That one from that film that just happened? Use that one. No one will know. But they got a whole bunch of like models and stuff too. There was a whole bunch of stuff from, I think, like the first 3, Rafa Khan, Search of Spock, all the models TNG got, that would just like turn upside down, like put a paint cone on them and be like, hey, we got all the movie hand-me-downs. And paint them up, no one will know, and you don't.
Classic Star Trek, like,
just
reusing sets.
On the cheap, bro. This isn't Star Wars.
Yeah, and they reused the stock footage for the scene we're about to talk about as well, so much.
Yeah. There's a scene in Star Trek 5 and 6 of a fucking Klingon ship blowing up, and they just use the exact same shot. The movie right after, it's like 5 and 6,
identical.
or 6 and 7.
Slightly different color grade.
Yeah. They didn't even crop it.
They even used it in the fucking Star Trek board game they used to have. Remember that one? Yeah. When you get the wrong ending, it just shows the same fucking ship blowing up again.
That's all they had.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything else. And then we get our first scene. What's our first scene?
I believe that's Klingon Attack.
Yes.
Oh, the best scene in the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it was actually very suspenseful and interesting.
Yeah, and the music there, it sets the tone for Klingon music's to go.
Yeah.
But
Even the
Not to
makeup.
mention the bumps on the
Yeah, this was the first appearance of the old bumpy forehead. No longer are they just brown-faced people. Yeah, we
pointy
just
eyebrows.
paint them brown. Maybe they'll have beards.
Good reception too, apparently. Compared to Discovery's reimagining of the fucking Klingons.
Well, there wasn't an internet or anything back then. It would have been like... People would have been angry. But
people are like, oh yeah, they can afford this shit
At that
now.
point, would you not just be, oh, they actually don't look just like people?
But you just say it to your friend. You don't type it on the internet and it just disappears.
You don't even send it in a text.
The
or anything.
Klingons look different.
You,
and then it's
you go
gone.
up to your corded home phone and you dial their number.
Hey Phil, the Klingons
you
look
stand
different.
there for the duration of the conversation.
Madness.
Oh, at least you got one of them fancy cordless phones. Then you can walk.
So Mark Leonard is the Klingon here. He plays Spock's father, and he's the only man to ever play a Vulcan, a Romulan, and a Klingon.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. Because he
That's
played the
cool.
one in Balance of Terror too, didn't he?
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
the Romulan, and then he plays older Sarek, as it were.
And yeah, it's a really good scene. Like it just it really sets the tone that this cloud it's not to be fucked with. So
Yeah.
They're D7s too. They're not bird of prey, so they're not.
They're Katingas.
Katingas, sorry.
Yeah.
They're not. They're the same shape. It's
Same
just
shape.
a different color, essentially.
It's a refit.
Everything in Star Trek is different, but really it's just got different coat of paint on it. Exactly the
Is
same.
green or is grey? That's the difference right there.
They only had one model mark. They didn't paint it.
It's like the fucking Romulan bird of prey. It's got that one in the original series, and then they're just Klingon ships in all the games.
Yeah.
It's just Klingon bird of prey, but you're Romulan and you use them.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Even in the games. They could easily do it. No, but they're especially back then, they were extremely powerful ships, and then it just takes them down like they're nothing.
Yeah, the whole thing is just building the ominous and the suspense around this massive, ridiculous cloud, monster, machine, creature.
The living nebula,
That is heading towards Earth.
of course, it's fucking heading towards
It's
Earth.
always heading towards Earth.
Also, probably worth noticing, did anyone look at the Epsilon 9 space station and think it looks kind of like a fucking house on a driveway?
Yeah, well, I mean,
No.
I thought that when I was a kid. It's fucking. It's got the two windows. We used to talk about that when we were kids.
Yeah, like the top of it looks like a fucking roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
I'll cut it in here.
yeah.
Station Epsilon 9 calling USS Columbia. Come in, Columbia. Respond.
Yeah, and there's one scene just before it finishes blowing up the ships. It's got all the little lightning flashes on the cloud. The cloud looks like fucking Viennetta ice cream. No, I'm serious. Look at it. It's like if they dyed it blue.
I'll cut it in here.
Yeah.
That exact shot.
Yeah, so you watched the director's cut, right?
Yeah.
I think that has some updated special effects and
It
some
does.
editing here and there. So I haven't seen that. I watched the old fucking...
I love most of the directors kind of like, there's some editing in there.
Yeah.
I think, they tighten it up.
Yeah, and they added a few more visual effects as well.
It needs some tightening up.
It actually did help a lot of
Just
scenes.
a little bit of a trim. Just take a little bit off here and there. Maybe take it from 2 hours down to 145.
Oh, it could definitely be a good 145
It'd be a
movie. Because
great
there are places where
145.
it just fucking drags.
Oh.
It's...
We'll get to those.
We'll get there.
Ugh.
Oh, so what's the next scene? Is it Kirk?
Yeah, it shows the Epsilon 9, that suspenseful music. It's all heading right for Earth. And,
The music makes it a lot of the time. It's just
Really?
static, flat, square, reverse shots, and then the music makes all the tension and suspense. Just they had this big weird, stringed instrument with big huge wires on it, and you'd whack it and reverberate.
And that's what would make that noise.
Yeah, that's
the-
in it, yeah.
That noise just filled me with such dread.
Yeah, it's like a nice clean orchestra, and it's like it's a huge
It always
neck
sounds
of
like when
guitar.
Boba Fett drops that.
Was
Yeah.
it Jake?
Yeah, Django, sorry, Slave 1 and
I mean,
Yeah.
Bobo does drop it in the middle.
Yeah.
yeah, see, I'm
Yeah, you're right,
Yeah,
you're right.
you're right. Unintentionally
It
right.
got out of hand. There were two of them.
So we cut to Kirk next or Spock?
Spock.
Young Spock. He's almost completed the collar, which fucking gets rid of all Vulcan emotions. He's right there. The lady has the necklace. She's like, go on and put it on him. He's like, nah.
Nah, not today, bitch.
I sense a massive fucking galaxy somewhere that I need to go and look at. No one else.
An extra 30 seconds.
No one else on Vulcan gets the fucking eternal fucking message from this massive cloud monster.
Yeah, but
just Spock.
Spock's a hybrid though.
Yeah, they mentioned that it infected his human blood, so it's
Infected human blood.
You filthy little mud blood.
But all the telepathy and empathy and all that shit with the Vulcans, it's not very well explained, like ever. It's just kind of like plot convenience.
Yeah, they just made it up as they went along.
Yeah, at the end of the day though, I guess when it comes down to it, you don't have to know everything about every species.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if someone was to just film a movie about us, you wouldn't know every detail about our culture.
Yeah, it's fair. I'd love to see something more Vulcan orientated to see more about their culture.
Well, I found out of Picard that Romulans are samurais. That was
He was Legolas! He was Legolas!
Oh, that was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen, honestly. And there's a season 2 is Keen!
What did that character even do? He did nothing. What was his name?
He sliced off that random
What
guy
was
at
his
the bar.
name?
Legolas.
What were his character attributes?
Legolas.
His character attributes, comic relief.
He was extremely
Was he?
respectful of Picard, who, might I add, did not like children, but for some reason in this series he loves children.
He's evolved, Mark. He's changed.
It's like they just...
He's okay with people telling him to shut the fuck up these days.
You old, disgusting, vile human being.
Decrepit piece of shit.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt! You're like, what is happening? What is going on? Anyway,
Yeah,
we
motion
cut to
picture.
Spock. In the original version, all the fucking matte paintings are fucking weird and whack, but I think the director's cut has gone in and made it way more normal.
it's a lot more tidy.
Yeah, it's just, I'll cut in the picture of the matte painting here, but it's chaos. It's complete chaos. So much behind the scenes shenanigans went on. They were going to make a series, and then they were going to make the movie, then they were going to make a series. Star Wars come out, like, oh, we got this property, we'll make a movie. They started making the movie, and they're like, nah, we'll make it a show. Then Close Encounters of the Third Kind came out, and they're like, oh, something that Star Wars can make money, we'll make a movie. And yeah, by the time they started filming, they didn't even have the script, and all the special effects were just like done on the fly. Like they hired a guy who did ads, and they gave him like $1 million or something, and then a year down the line, they're like, "You're fired," and they just started again. So some of the visuals are rushed, which is surprising because a lot of them look fucking incredible, but like there are some dodgy ones.
Oh yeah.
The Vulcan homeworld looks terrible.
I thought like when I first looked at it, I thought it was like this is me like 8 or 9 years old. That's as far as back I can remember watching, but I've watched it before that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a giant dude standing over them,
There's like a statue.
like an arch. Yeah, but
It looks like hell.
But that wasn't even one of the statues. It was just like a fucking weird looking arch.
I don't know
I
what it
think.
was.
If that's what memory serves.
I don't know. I'll cut it in here. I've already cut it in here.
Yeah, cut it again.
Put it in again.
Just for a second.
And again and again and again. Disgusting.
So then we cut to the old San Francisco Starfleet HQ. We get Kirk, old William Shatner, not quite bald, not quite fat yet.
I love the way how many years it's been his acting has not improved. Like, at all.
I mean, he's still Kirk.
He's playing Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Kirk is overdramatic.
A very irritable Kirk in these couple of scenes.
I like
Oh, he's a lot more irritable in fucking number 3.
when his son dies. I mean, that makes sense.
He's pissed. But at this point,
Like how it doesn't quite fit with him screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in
Fuck
this
the
is
poster.
fucking pissed. Fucking Spock's gone through the collar and like got all these fucking emotions out. Bones is so fucking angry.
Dude, Scotty's like.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Actually,
it's
he's
fatter.
still-
It's surprising how fat he gets in between this and the Wrath of Khan. That's the real
the
job.
Scotty I
Yeah.
always remember.
You
For some
think
reason
he-
I don't think of young Scotty. I think of fucking.
Well, you think there's like a
Huey
Huey
Scotty. I think of Huey Scotty.
Cut into Huey here.
Needs to be mixed together rather well. Of course, you could put gloves on if you like, but I did wash my hands last week. Anyway, it needs to be mixed in really rather well so that yogurt gets right into it. And then just on a spray, some oil spray. Just on a tray, some oil spray. You use a tray, some oil spray. You.
You think the big gap between the original series and the motion picture, like that decade, is very put on the fat, but no, he put on like
but
all
between
that way,
two movies, like
3 years. He got his first big paycheck. And he
Stress weight with William
How
Shatner.
much food I can buy.
now I can fucking eat.
Well, poor Scotty. I just love the way he wasn't even Scottish. Like, they just wait. So he should be Scottish? No, his name's just Scotty.
All right, I'll do him fucking Scottish.
But you're not good at that accent. Don't do that. I'm doing it.
It's amazing though.
Oh, I would not change.
Shatner's terrible acting is amazing, and James Doohan's terrible Scottish accent is fucking amazing. So iconic.
I cannot do it, Captain. I cannot reach the control panel.
Can you do it? Oh, so
It
Kirk
will
is...
not be ready. Whether or not it goes in 2 hours.
We don't have 8 weeks, so I'll get some for you in 2.
He's in that episode of fucking TNG and he's all out of place. And Geordie's mean to him and he's like smirking
I
around.
loved that though.
That was a good
I
episode.
loved it.
It was a good episode. Definitely one of the more solid.
What happened to Scotty?
He's dead.
He died of a heart
Yeah,
attack.
they launched him into space.
I mean the character.
They launched him into space. You old fat Scottish cunt, get the fucking orbit.
Yeah, nah, he died. I say he died.
Yeah, he would have had a... I guess James Doohan had a heart attack and died in real life, and Scotty would have had a heart
He
attack and
didn't
died.
fit in Next Gen.
Cholesterol.
He didn't fit. Mark.
It's a double.
He took a bullet in World War II, Mark. For you, for your freedom. And you're making fat jokes.
I mean, he wasn't fighting for Australia, mate.
That's bad. It's fighting for America.
Well, how much shit did everyone give Christopher Lee for Count Dooku?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how much shit did he accomplish?
Dude, he
Jesus.
recorded a metal album when he was like 90.
Yeah.
He was a Nazi hunter. A Nazi hunter.
Like, wasn't just fighting in the war, he was a Nazi hunter.
Yeah, that was his occupation, like 5 years after the war.
It's brutal, man.
After the war.
He could've-
War's over, time to die, cunts.
I don't know, his Count Dooku, like, I understand Count Dooku is exactly how he's supposed to be or whatever, but he just could have played such a cooler character. You know what I mean?
It's barely in the movies.
Exactly, he could have been fleshed out a lot more, which it was in the Clone Wars.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But it's still not Christopher Lee in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But as Saruman.
He was fucking Dracula. He was fucking the man with the golden gun, that Bond villain. I forget his name. Some weird Capacando, Galagumbo, something like that.
Why are we talking about Christopher Lee?
I don't know.
'Cause he's
Started
fucking
talking
awesome.
about Scotty. We're talking about Star Trek. So I like how all of the original trio, they're all in different places than when we seen them last. One of the criticisms of the new Star Wars was like Han and Leia, all that, they were just like in the exact same places they were in their life.
But they had all this shit
30
that happened
years
in
later.
between that you
Yeah.
never got to see.
Yeah. But yeah, like Spock and Bones and Kirk, they're like different, they're changed. They're fucking not the same people.
Like you would be in that amount of time.
Yeah, not that beloved trio. They have like one scene together, but Spock is just having none of
Sulu's
it.
fucking gone through, like, got a lot more shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he like when Kirk gets off that shuttle and Sonak, the Vulcan, comes up and starts talking, he's just like dismissive as fuck. He's
Yeah.
just like, basically shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it just cuts him off several times. I'm like, Jesus, he's fucking irritable.
He wants his shit back.
Dude,
Yeah.
he wants his shit back, but also remember, this is Kirk. He's always willing for
Yeah.
fisticuffs.
I like how they show him as like a flawed human being as well too. Like his ambition is wrong in a way, and like it is sad
It's
and mean how he
human.
takes the ship off Decker. And there are moments of Bones like pulls him up when he's fucking going too hard. Like they don't just show him as this brilliant, perfect captain. He's like a flawed, damaged human being that's arrogant and self-centered and
Makes mistakes.
yeah, absolutely.
Backs down, admits them, tries to learn from them.
Yeah, he's like one of them characters. Cut to the J.J. Abrams films, and Kirk is a
The
cheap
kid laughter.
caricature.
He's a
Spock is a
caricature.
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 Why can't I say that word? Caricature.
Caricature.
That's not it, eh? Tim, please.
Well, I don't use the
like
fucking word. Don't make me fucking say it. I'm drinking.
It's caricature.
Caricature.
That's how I say it. It might be wrong.
Okay.
Caricature.
Let's make it French.
Oh, that's French.
French. Looks like Pud's back on the menu.
I'm on my way to a meeting with Admiral Agura, which will not last more than 3 minutes. Report to me on the Enterprise in 1 hour.
Report to you, sir.
It is my intention to be on that ship following that meeting. Report to me in 1 hour.
So, they're on the ship. We get old Decker. He gets his little heart broken. I kind of liked him.
From Baldy McGee.
Yeah, he was from Seventh Heaven. He was the dad. And
But not at this point.
not at this point.
That was when he was young boy.
He went back in time just for this role.
Yeah. But yeah, when I first watched this, that's all I could think of. And yeah, it turns out that guy was a brilliant method actor because he played a Catholic priest in Seventh Heaven, and then in real life he got done for sexual misconduct with minors.
Kirk enthusiasm music.
I was just like, oh, he's just a method actor.
That's fucking really good into that role, didn't he?
Yeah. Allegedly, I don't know if there was a court case. I think he just gave him some money.
Here's all the funds made from motion picture, mate. It's like $20 in here.
Yeah.
You mate, you make sure you fucking use that well, yeah.
I'd say you're getting royalties from
What
Seventh Heaven, but nowhere's playing Seventh Heaven.
I mean, Seventh Heaven was it good? Because I never watched it.
No, it was like
Shit.
a Christian-centric character
I thought
drama.
I thought it was
like
horrible.
a family drama.
That's why I never sorted it
Hey,
out.
little Billy, you got angry while you're playing soccer. The Lord preaches.
Even when we had normal TV, when we were growing up, that was readily available for us to actually watch it if we wanted to, but we didn't.
I'd seen pieces of it.
I didn't, and I'm happy about that.
I might have. Like, I would sometimes just sit there and watch something that Mum had left on while she was in the shower or something, and just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Oh, fuck me, I'm watching shit.
But yeah, back to Decker. Apparently, he was Matt Decker, Captain Matt Decker's son from like the Doomsday Machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read that somewhere.
Right.
I could be wrong. I'm sorry. You know, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a bitch and he just
The
wants to
comment
Decker.
section's just like, there is no mercy.
All due respect, sir, I hope this isn't some kind of Starfleet pep talk. I'm really too busy.
I'm taking over the center seat, Will.
You're what?
I'm replacing you as captain of the Enterprise. You'll stay on as executive officer. Temporary grade reduction to commander.
Just before like the transporters go off, right? In the I don't know if it was in the original, in the director's cut, there's like this dude here. He has like a fucking massive forehead, like it's like an alien or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, can't look at this guy. He's like,
His
puts the
forehead's
Klingons to
nearly as
shame.
big as Vegeta's.
It's like literally protruding. I'm like, what the fuck? How
I'd
did I
like
not
to watch
notice
the
this
director's
guy?
cut because apparently it does improve on the film.
Yeah.
This isn't a perfect film, and yeah, I think they went back and tightened it up. So yeah, then we get this kind of out of place, but also brilliant, brutal body horror sequence with the transporter fucking up and just
Brutally
mutating.
brutal scene.
These
The screams.
Melt. It's so dark.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck?
It's just, you don't see it coming. It's just like it fucks with your head.
Yeah. And this is what happens when you let a yeoman operate the fucking transporter.
Yeah, no chief for Brian
Officer
there.
Norman. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why they fucking fight.
It just
Chief
feels like
Brian's such a grumpy gun, eh?
Yeah. That's
I like him though.
No, he's great.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
I'm really glad he got fleshed out in DS9 so everyone could see how much of a grumpy cunt he was.
yeah. Getting into arguments with his wife. So yeah, I mean, I love this sequence.
Keiko's kind of a pain in the ass though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's high maintenance.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
She needs to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, 100%.
Chill the fuck out, Keiko. Yeah, so I love this sequence. It's right up my alley, but it is kind of weird that it's here. It kills the Vulcan science officer that's coming on board, so that's the only reason it's really here. Yeah.
It's make
maybe
pay
they just
way
wanted
for
him.
Spock.
Maybe they wanted him to die, and they were like, "What
Couldn't-
if we do it in some way that's gonna traumatize
This guy's
some
an
kids?"
asshole. Can we like cut him out of the phone?
When they came back, whatever they were, didn't live long. Thank God. It's like, ooh.
It's like, anyway, so who wants to transport next?
I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't this what Lieutenant Barclay in TNG was afraid of? Like, that kind of shit?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, and everyone in
Because,
Enterprise.
like, when you think about it, it's splitting it into, like, trillions of pieces and then
Putting it back
reassembling
together.
Like that kind of shit. It's messy.
You wouldn't be nervous about a next gen era
Mm.
because they perfected
Yeah,
it.
it's
at
like
that
it's
time.
that's
Except for
rarely
all the
happens.
horrible things that go wrong with it.
I mean, that's true. It's
There's
like,
at least 16 episodes where transporter accidents happen. That realm that Barclay sees, like in between the transporting,
Oh,
like those worm fucking things.
Which isn't even a
remember
fucking
that.
worm or something.
Everyone thinks he's crazy, and then they end up figuring out that I don't even remember.
Something was stuck in it or something.
Yeah, I think maybe it was an alien. It wasn't part of the transporter or
that's the
something.
go-to with everything. That was
Yeah.
my fault.
I mean, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're wandering around, poking sticks at aliens. So I mean,
Yeah.
Nah, he was an alien. So yeah, that scene is great, but yeah, tonally kind of out of left field, and then it's just dropped.
Oh no, they're forming.
Oh my God.
That's it.
After that, you're just expecting a fast-paced horror.
And that's not what
As
we
the
get.
transporter slowly gets everyone.
Yeah, then we get Kirk and Scotty in the shuttle circling around the Enterprise. The score is great.
Didn't that happen before the transporter scene?
Yeah, it did. But
well,
let's
doesn't
talk
matter.
about that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're in the shuttle, they're circling around the Enterprise, and like it's good. Like the score is great, Kirk is great, it's the ship. I get it, like audiences wouldn't have seen the Enterprise for like a decade, right?
It doesn't. Yeah.
It's kind of like
It's a
setting
big
the scene.
deal.
It
Yeah.
doesn't look
This is
like
the Enterprise now. Get used to
And
it.
it doesn't
Here it is
look
all around.
Yeah.
that different, but it looks different enough.
Yeah, but it just goes on for way too long. Eh?
It's nacelles.
Yeah,
Right?
nacelles, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking like whoosh instead of.
It's like completely different. I don't even
They're
know
like
how
two,
it's
like,
the
space
same
teams.
ship. It's
Same basic shape. That'd be it.
pretty
It's
much.
just- I think like refit is a very, very big theme in this film too. So you got like the Klingon ships with the refits of the D7s. You got the
Spock's been refitted.
yeah, basically they're all like older. The ship's new.
They're altered. It's about change.
Yeah.
It's about the passage of time.
That was then. This is now.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I get the emotion, but the scene literally goes for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
it's fucking-
not metaphorically, like, it goes for 5 minutes. Like, it's a 5 minute, like, I get it. I expected them to cut back to Kirk at a point in time, him just be like jacking off. It's like, oh, Kirk likes the ship, I like the ship, it's the Enterprise, we're back.
Man.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And I think it's going to be a long, long time for this scene.
Yeah.
Miss the Earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space. On such a time flight. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Exactly.
So yeah, you watched the director's cut, so they might have chopped a bit out there.
I don't know.
But I mean, if
felt
I was
same.
editing it, like I'm chopping out that brutal masturbation sequence with her.
At least
We don't
cutting
need
it
that.
out. At least cutting it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm cutting it in half.
Scott is just in the corner like, what are you doing, Captain?
Not again.
No, he's
You're
drunk.
going too hard on it there. Give it some fucking lube.
Drank some more of that
That's
green
a room to
whiskey
breathe
shit.
there. Why is he like an Irish leprechaun there?
At least he's not Russian.
In Soviet Russia.
Neither Chekhov, who's also not fucking
Check
Russian.
nuclear vessels.
Nickel vessels.
I'm excited to get to that one.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun
Yeah,
movie. That's
yeah.
a good movie.
Stop recording that. Okay.
There'd be a plus.
Oh, SD cards sometimes.
Yeah. It gets filled up.
Yeah, it does.
Like a bitch on a Saturday night, right?
Oh, yeah. No, we did.
Captain, Starfleet just signaled your transfer of command orders, sir.
Captain. I appreciate the welcome.
So next note I've got is when he gets up to the like gets to the bridge.
Mm.
He spends a bit of time looking around the elevator, like, oh, look at all the pretty pictures and shit.
Yeah.
And then it gets there, everyone's arguing. Sounds exactly like how I remember it as a kid.
Yeah.
I can remember their voices so fucking clearly. I'm like, oh, it sounds just like it does in my head. But anyway, and yeah, everyone just stops to see him coming, and everyone's like, Captain. I'm like, he's a fucking Admiral!
Well, everyone's used to being as Captain Kirk.
They even do like bounce him down later, right?
Yeah,
They
he
make
fucking
him.
hates being a
Oh no,
fucking
he gets
Admiral.
demoted because he steals the Enterprise.
Yeah.
I'm the captain.
Only Kirk could get away with
Yeah,
that
but it's
shit.
like a demotion, like...
You get exactly what you want.
Exactly, and they knew it too.
Yeah, turns out no one wanted to see him as an admiral, just like doing paperwork and stuff for some reason. I don't know.
Can you imagine if that was the movie? Him just doing paperwork.
Kirk doing paperwork. He'd be so frustrated. Banging his secretary, it'd be like Mad Men, but it's Kirk.
Like,
I'd watch that. Yeah, banging the maid. His wife was a Kennedy, and he banged the Mexican maid.
To be fair, I was like, well, I can't remember what I saw. It was like a video about how Arnold Schwarzenegger is like, this cunt makes shit happen. You know what I mean? Like, he could barely speak English, becomes one of the most famous American.
Do you know how much testosterone is pumping through that guy's veins? He's like, that fat Mexican middle-aged maid bends over to pick up something, and like, if he's going, he's going. There's no stopping it.
More energy.
Booting up steroids.
Like mid-session.
Smoking a cigar. Fucking wife comes in.
He bricks, goes, gets a beer, I'll be back.
That cunt just thought he could get away with anything.
He kind of has.
He kind of did.
I mean, his wife left him.
Dude, he made it a governor. It's John Rogan who says it.
Yeah.
That's who says it. I was on one of his stand-ups.
Yeah.
I think about it. Yeah, it's like, dude, he became the fucking governor.
Yeah, he's never supposed to be an actor. His name, one of his like first roles or like auditions he went to, they're like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like, what are you doing, man? You need to change your fucking name. Like, what are you doing?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
No offensive.
What? It's like, no.
Arnold Schwedelberger.
You're a bodybuilder. Okay.
Arnold Schnitzel eater.
You need to leave now. You'll never be famous. Never!
Put that cookie down! Now!
Yeah, so then basically the next big moment I remember is when Spock comes onto the ship.
Probably worth mentioning, if you don't mind, there's a friggin' director's cut scene, big forehead cunt comes up again.
Director's cut is just the forehead cunt.
Yeah, and he's got his eyes are fucking
projected on
bright
his
yellow
forehead.
like Sidious or some shit too. And he's talking about Commander Decker has been here for the whole fucking refit. And Uhura's like, our chances of survival just doubled.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
Kirk's in command now. I'm like, they just tacked this on. This is, I can see why they cut it out the original. Just some random cunt with a big forehead sucking Decker's dick, basically. So
Yeah,
We're
no.
not gonna see him fucking Kirk jerking off. Might as well have a fucking dick sucking scene.
Might as well. It's one big homoerotic adventure into a giant space anus.
he calls him Commander Decker.
His name is Dick though, isn't it?
Well,
That's why she says Dick.
well, that's a description.
That's just a horror saying dick.
Not a
Oh,
horror,
well,
bullshit.
actually, we should probably talk about Ilea before we get onto Spock, because she comes in first.
Yeah, bald or skin cap.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I
It
reckon
looks
she's
natural.
bald. Apart from the bald, she's part of his hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the whole purpose of her character is kind of, that sexual energy.
Apparently it's a species thing.
Yeah, she walks up to Kirk straight away and she's like, my celibacy is still in practice or something.
Yeah, because
He's like,
apparently
well,
it
that's
causes
pretty
distraction for
good
Starfleet
thing,
officers.
I mean,
They're
yeah,
very
if
sexualized
you just
species.
fuck everyone at the office, it's gonna cause some shit.
Yeah.
You can't fuck all of the bridge crew. There's gonna be some
she
emotional... She could, but there'd be like emotional baggage.
repercussions.
Then it's just like the sexual tension between her and Decker is like, yeah, we fucking get it. Oh, look, there's the music from the stars again.
My oath of celibacy is on record, Captain. May I assume my duties?
By all means.
Yeah, so she comes on board. Decker is in love with her.
Yeah. Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah, he like did a thing on the Delta fucking world or whatever.
They have a backstory.
Yeah, it's very rare, like seldom touched on. I guess it's not that huge a deal. But it is, but it isn't.
Yeah. I feel like I touched on more on Camel. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they kind of. There's a moment right at the end where it'd be more impactful if we cared for those
character development.
Yeah, but yeah, it's amazing in a 2-hour movie that has a very basic storyline. How do we talk to alien entity? What does it want? It's amazing how there's no more character moments with those two, but most of it is just.
Fucking random flashing lights and shit, images focusing and changing.
Epilepsy warning!
Yeah.
It's like the Willy Wonka scene where they go through the tunnel.
For 2 hours.
For 2 hours and 23 minutes?
It's over 2 hours.
It's fucking long.
An hour 45. How long is the director's cut, do you know?
I
10
didn't
hours.
check.
I bet it's 240.
It felt like a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I love that movie. Like you say about Star Wars. It's Star Trek. I'm glad it exists. But it's a fucking long movie. It feels long.
It's interesting.
It's the pacing. Yeah.
Because they had Star Trek right, and then they put it on some shitty time slot, and it died, and like, ooh, we don't give a fuck. And then like a decade later, Star Wars comes out, fucking explodes, and goes nuts. They're like, we've got this property, we're already developing it. This fucking fast-paced, exciting Star Wars action film just happened. We'll make 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's basically like the tone of this film is so slow and droney and psychedelic, and it's just like Star Wars just happened. And part of the reason this even got financed is because Star Wars just happened. But they're like, nah.
The later movies get so much better pace though, like Wrath of Khan.
That's like an action adventure.
Search for Spock has some
that was why people clung to Star Wars so much. It was a crazy action adventure in space.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. This reminds me of like an old like Philip K. Dick or like Isaac Asimov, like Rendezvous with Rima, like hard concept.
Sorry, baseball.
It's a sci-fi novel, and yeah, it is like high concept sci-fi, but like 50s, 40s kind of sci-fi. Like it'd be more exploring an idea rather than events transpiring. And this is kind of the consciousness entity looking for more, looking for God, looking for purpose. It's not events driven. Like the events are crew is assembled, crew gets on ship flies to alien.
Well, actually, there was one little thing between wormhole. We haven't touched on that one yet.
No. Oh yeah, that has nothing to do with feature. Is that just a thing that happens?
It's just warp drive malfunction.
Yeah,
it's a fucking excuse to show off effects.
Because they're in the solar system, they said, but later on that's not a thing. They warp in the solar system all the time.
It was a risky maneuver at the time, and the warp drive was out of balance. And apparently, I was trying to figure out how I'm like thinking of wormholes like we see in DS9, Voyager, TNG. I'm like, how the fuck is this one even relevant? Apparently, it's a layman's term to describe a wide variety of phenomena.
Yeah, it was a trippy, grindy, psychedelic sequence.
Apparently, the warp drive caused was to slip into a wormhole. They couldn't just drop out of it because of the asteroids present. If they stopped, the asteroid was just going to smash into them. Yeah,
that's when we get the
It's not a good scene. It's fucking weird. The only notable bit is, do you remember how Mum always used to say photon torpedo?
Yeah, I remember that like ingrained into my fucking skull.
That one particular bit. It's like they were talking in fucking slow motion for some reason. That fucking
effect. There is that moment where Kirk wants to fire something else at it.
Phasers.
Yeah, and Decker's like, no, we need to use a photon torpedo. So there's a moment where Decker... It's interesting, right, because everything is changed and different and altered. It's not TOS anymore. The Enterprise isn't what we remember it as. Kirk doesn't know the Enterprise, which brings this really interesting little twist to it.
Yeah.
And then, all the moments where like it's breaking down or they don't know what's happening or it's not fully complete yet, it brings more tension and suspense. So we got this iconic captain on his iconic ship, but he doesn't know the right thing to do because he doesn't know the ship. And then Decker's like, motherfucker, I'm the captain. He kicked me out. And then he takes him aside afterwards and is like, what the fuck? Oh no, you're right.
No, you're right. Thank you for doing that. You saved the ship.
Yeah.
And Bones is like, back off, cunt.
Yeah, and it's great, because we iterated it earlier. But yeah, Kirk is a flawed, humanistic character, and he's aware of it, and he apologizes for going too far. Just get that nice little character moment there. But yeah, other than that, this movie is great. You just need to be really fucking high. Like, that sequence is great when you're blazed. This whole thing is just like a 60s psychedelic wet dream. Like, I can imagine putting Tool onto it and doing acid and it being amazing. There are like 2-minute shots of just colours and shapes and waves and brown.
It literally, like you said, it did remind me of 2001: Space Odyssey. Like this, except it looks better.
Yeah.
Like just because
it's all about like the atmosphere and the tone and just the environment and being enveloped and like in that moment. It's not about like narrative or character or events. It's just about the So Mark, you fell asleep while watching this movie twice.
Twice. I watched it after
This
work.
is the third time I've watched it, and the first 2 times I watched it, I fell asleep. But I sat there and I wrote my notes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good movie, but I need to be well rested and like able to just sit down and enjoy it. You know what I mean? Not like trying to watch it after work. And
I was frantically fucking writing notes before I started work. I know. But I've seen it before. I know what it is.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
I'm telling you.
I used to put you through it all.
I'm telling you. If you watch it high, it's amazing.
Yeah, you did.
I just wanted to watch the fucking Katinga opening scene, okay? That's actually my favourite shit.
On YouTube and
Nah, you gotta watch the whole movie, man. Once that film's rolling in the canister, it's rolling.
VHS?
That's why I go on YouTube, mate.
Yeah.
It's not rolling in the canister. It's just about 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Because I may have watched it more than once.
It's like, well, we already put it on. We might as well watch the rest of it, eh?
Might as well watch the rest for 2 hours. And
It's an incredibly slow, boring movie.
And there's a shit recording of it off TV as well. And
that?
No, it'd been recorded the ads out.
I'll cut them out, but they got little tiny.
But like there'd be audio missing and like things like.
No, and you wouldn't quite realise the ad break it over. Oh, yeah, shit! And like the press recording.
I was watching it, a non-version. I'm like, where the fuck did this scene come from? Because we missed it for like 2 minutes once.
Or there'd be the classic thing where you'd record it early when you catch the end of the ad break, like last part of the last ad, and then sometimes a whole other ad will play because you didn't time it right.
And there are a few fuck ups in the actual signal when the TV was like playing the movie.
Yeah.
And some of the audio was missing, and it recorded that. I'm like, this sounds so fucking different because there's not audio missing in this one spot.
That.
They have audio in the movie. It sounds way better.
Yeah, it's really bad VHS recording.
Let me check my notes.
But
what are we even up to?
We were talking about the wormhole. There's also a little scene when McCoy comes aboard the ship as well. Director's edit. There's actually a group of people that beam up before McCoy and talk about him causing a scene down in the transport room downstairs.
It's the actual scenes in the director's cut, is it?
Yeah. And I'm just like, it's not showing him, it's like people beam up before him. He's like, he insisted we go first, talking about wanting us to watch our molecules disintegrated first. I'm like, that is really fucking McCoy.
Yeah.
This could be being difficult.
Yeah. Bones is my favourite character. I just love his like southern sarcasm and just like no give a fuck attitude.
Fuck you, yeah.
He's so cranky, he doesn't want to be there. He's got that big fake beard and like the medallion.
They drafted me.
God damn it, Jim, I don't want to be here. I want to be drinking whiskey. Fucking my wife. I brought you here.
No, his wife left him. Do you remember the newest Star Trek movies? Oh, that she left him with his bones. That's where the nickname came from. I don't know if that's the actual thing, but Dad said it was because they used to call a doctor a bonist or something.
I think, well, this is from Red Letter Media, but back in the Civil War days, I called doctors old sawbones because it amputated
Yeah, that's probably what Dad used to say.
So bones became, like a term for a doctor. She left me with me bones. I'm like, what? He looks like straight down the lens of the camera. Bones!
I ain't gonna criticize that guy.
I'm playing bones! You get it? You get the guy from the show, but I'm different. Those movies.
Beard. Just Peter pulls it up.
Surely you talk about those movies one time.
We'll get to them, yeah. But I mean, after watching the original series and watching the JJ films, it's like...
I don't hate that guy's portrayal of McCoy. I don't hate it. It feels kind of like it.
It's Carl Urban, and he's a good actor.
He does the voice well.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a scripting issue.
It's action schlock.
Yeah, it's just...
And it's hard to replace such an iconic actor as like the Harrison Ford thing, right? You recast Han Solo and it's like, he's fine, but it's not him.
Still haven't watched Solo, eh? I just feel no drive or compulsion to watch it.
It's good, but it's just, and it's not Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I'm not watching it as he's Han Solo.
Yeah, like...
Especially not how he got his fucking last name. That'll never be canon to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Like fucking Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelley and William Shatner, they're such like iconic actors. It's like you get, what is it, Chris Pine or something? Generic action guy and is like, I don't know, man. You're giving me nothing here. Harrison Ford is Han Solo. You can't change them. Of course they're going to.
The thing about
of course it's going to happen. But I'm an old cranky man, Mark, and I don't want them recasting all those iconic people from my childhood. It makes me angry.
No, I agree.
Leonard Nimoy is Spock.
I'm sorry, but only do it in animated form. I don't care. You can recast in animated form. Just
do
a live
There are a
action.
few Star Trek animated series. Like there's original. There's a couple that came out the last couple of years. I've not seen them.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple episodes of the original.
Apparently the original was quite good,
hilarious.
apparently.
I've seen a couple of them.
Kirk's hilarious.
I remember, I'm like, I'll put him on and show Ella and we can both be entertained at the same time. I'm like...
Get on with it. If you can't keep your attention, what will fucking lucky
She
will
wasn't
keep you
looking.
going?
Yeah, with her day and age with all the... So basically, not a whole lot happens. They're flying through a giant space vagina for 40 minutes. The visuals are really interesting. It's really cool. I love it, but you have to be high. Otherwise, you're out. And then Spock decides, fuck all you people.
I'm gonna fucking go
steals the
straight
jetpack and just flies straight into the anus of the universe.
Little note about that though, like you could actually play a pretty decent drinking game with this one. Every time you see a little fucking spaceman for no reason, take a fucking shot.
Spaceman?
I don't know if they added more in the director's cut, but you know, there's always some little dude in a spacesuit flying around. When the Enterprise is leaving the fucking dry dock, there's someone waving. I'm like, no one can fucking see you. What are you doing?
They may have added that in.
And you know, the shuttle pod's flying up to the ship's dock, and a little fucking man just flies down for no reason. Like, imagine taking a fucking shot of tequila every time you see a sniff, and you'd be pissed before they hit the wormhole.
But yeah, Spock flies in, he tries to mind meld with Vija because, you know...
How the fuck, like... The fuck?
This is a black
that's a really cool
thing.
scene though. Like you go through its life.
It's one of the greatest scenes in the movie, but yeah, once again, it's about atmosphere and tone and immersion. It's not about any moving narrative. But the visuals are really cool, and when Spock does his thing, and it's like,
I didn't expect this to happen.
God damn it!
All these fucking newspaper clip collages over his face.
I was surprised to it didn't quite dig deep enough into the philosophical elements too, but I was surprised at how deep the whole Vija thing was with trying to find out who it was and what it was, and it's going to Earth to find its creator or God or something. They just touched upon it. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting.
They expanded
One
it in
random
the cut
thought.
too.
Why the fuck was the Klingons attacking it? Oh, it's gone past our system, but fuck it, let's attack it.
It's just it's like a huge, huge thing, and they're just like.
Send three fucking
We're
containers
dead.
in there.
It's literally a Klingon thing though. They shoot first, they ask questions later.
Yeah, but it was going past them.
And they're highly territorial at this point too.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like they see.
Yeah, this is before the fucking treaty,
someone ripped
right?
a giant fucking billy in our fucking territory. Let's check it out.
Go back and shoot him.
They're basically Southern Americans.
Well, they were an allegory for Russia in the original series. Those damn Ruskies.
Like they were supposed to look
The
like the
old
Mongolians.
Russians. Yeah, well, I mean, anyone that's not us is
John-
the enemy.
John Calico?
I'm not sure.
The guy who played the first Klingon.
Oh, okay.
They literally didn't tell him. They didn't know what the fucking Klingon was supposed to look like. So him and the makeup artist just had to brainstorm on the spot. Like, what the fuck what does a Klingon look like? I don't know. You tell me.
We'll do brown face.
We'll do like a greeny brown and give me like a Mongolian look and some bushy eyebrows. That would be fucking do.
It's amazing how many things are just slapped together in the moment that become like iconic sci-fi tropes.
Yeah,
Leonard Nimoy's fucking hand signal, he just made that up on the set because of some old ancient Jewish thing. He viewed some Jewish religious moment in his childhood and he opened his eyes where he shouldn't and the priest was doing this, so he just did one instead of two. Leonard Nimoy actually come up with a lot of like the pinch and stuff in the script. Spock like took the gun off the guy and like blew his head off and stuff, and Leonard Nimoy was like, what the fuck? Maybe I just like knock him out with some like muscle pinch thing or something. And yeah, all those like on the fly moments done for like $30 with like shitty cardboard sets and stuff become these big iconic science fiction tropes.
That they use over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like when he knocks that guy out, the guy does a really exaggerated voice. He actually kind of looks like the dude from Galaxy Quest, the extra guy. But anyway, the big fucking reflective plaque in front of his face.
Yeah.
How did he not see Spock coming? Like I could see the reflections.
Because of script.
Plot armor.
No, the opposite. The plot
Sneak
armor.
100.
Yeah.
When they first get to the cloud, and like Spock finally gets the Lenga code to the right speed.
Yeah.
Why is he hesitating? Like Spock, transit now. He's like, oh shit, yeah, all right.
One of the biggest.
If Kirk hadn't told you to do it, then everyone would be dead.
One of the biggest plot holes is just and they use this 3 or 4 times, just in the movies. Probably in the series is a lot, but just the Enterprise is the only ship that's in range to be able to intercept.
Yeah, their go-to, just
They got like Starfleet headquarters on Earth, the shipyards on Mars, and they're just like, the Enterprise is the only one here.
It's not ready to go yet, fuck it.
Where are all the other ships? Yeah, fucking... not here.
I've not been dismantled, man.
They're not in the
They're the
solar
fucking
system.
Delta Quadrant. No, they're fucking not. Yeah, they are.
Every single ship is on a mission. But you know, it's Star Trek.
It's fine. You want to see the Enterprise again?
Yeah. And yeah, another thing is they communicate with V'Ger, and V'Ger of course is like the human race is a parasite and needs to be wiped out because tension.
It's like because it's explained because Voyager, it gets fucking adapted by these machines and it only really understands machines, doesn't remember its own origins. And so it sees a machine infested with these filthy skin parasites. And it's like,
sense.
fuck. You open up some mate's house that's full of rats, you kind of want to purge them,
Yeah, it's like, a flipping of the thing where we would see machines and be like, that's your artificial entity. It views us as the alien element and wants to destroy it. That's fair enough. But yeah, it's just like, they need some tension.
Yeah.
They need some fucking tension.
Yeah, there's got to be some stakes. It's Star Trek. There's like, it's just, if it ended blandly, it'd be like, fuck, Picard.
So yeah, they fly into it. They realize it's an entity that is trying to communicate with them. Basically, they're trying to talk with it this whole time. And they come out to it, and we had the big reveal that it's Voyager 7. It was an Earth probe that was
treat
sent.
it because it's like a kid.
Yeah, well, you think of it as this big, like, highly intelligent,
omnipotent.
Yes, entity. But yeah, in a lot of aspects, it's a child growing and stuff. But yeah, the big reveal is that, it's an Earth probe that went out into a black hole and went on adventures and now it's back.
There's some speculation that it's not confirmed or denied that the AI race in Picard that is the ones that are going to come through and just eradicate life or whatever.
Yeah.
I speculate that may be where BJ ended up.
He just shuffled off to that world.
Like, he just ended up there, like, fell into a black hole, and they repurposed him, built him a ship to send him home. Why am I referring to him as him? I guess because he's sentient now.
Yeah.
So there's speculation, like, Gene Roddenberry joked that it was the Borg, but that wouldn't fit.
Yeah, there was like some convention and someone's like, excuse me, Mr. Roddenberry, do you think that maybe possibly the feature could have been part of the Borg? He's like, yeah, sure, I guess I don't give a fuck.
He's like,
it's confirmed, it's the Borg.
You can ask me the question when you put on some deodorant, you fat cunt.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how many signatures I can sign in 30 minutes. Mr. Roddenberry, you're sweating blood. Don't worry, love. A brilliant man.
He loves his character.
Visionary.
Yeah, he just...
Yeah.
He didn't go a day without doing cocaine after the motion picture. This gave him the bank to just go hard. All the time.
Go hard. Well, I will have to ask Major Barrett about that.
No, he got the cocaine thing. It was self-done.
Yeah. That's why she was so good at Luxwana Troy. Because she's fucking horny all the time.
Well, fucking Roddenberry was a massive horn dog. Kirk was like his alter ego. He was like, yeah, I'm in a yellow shirt. I'm flying around the galaxy, fucking all these alien bitches. That's who he wanted to be. But really... He wasn't.
And said he married Luxwana Troy.
Yeah. Michelle Barrett, who's in this film, as Nurse Chapel.
Yes, who is a brunette.
Facts.
Brunette now.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Was she? Yeah. Was Nurse Chapel blonde in?
No, in all the original series she was blonde.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it was a wig though.
Yeah, well, because Michelle Barrett got like kicked off of the set or something, and she like came back playing a different character. Because she was number one.
Number one, and women can't be in positions of power.
That's fair.
That's bullshit, man.
You have to explain the story, otherwise you're just saying women can't be in positions of power. The executives at Paramount didn't believe that Michelle Barrett could be number one because in 65 they were like, a woman could never be second on command on a Starfleet.
Not in the future where they're possibly equal.
Where the whole point of it is that the human race has progressed past racism and sexism.
Yeah, and he still managed to sneak Uhura onto the bridge in the final casting.
Like, yeah, because they wanted to get rid of her too.
Decent position of power, woman of colour. I guess that's how you put it.
She black.
Yeah, she's black, but and she didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't she?
No, she Martin Luther King asked her to stay.
Yeah.
It was good for
the black culture.
Yeah, the black culture, which
it's amazing how
you would respect that for sure.
Oh, for sure.
It's amazing. Yeah, Martin Luther King, he was massive. It's amazing, how small of a part she plays, but then how big of the impact it was on the cultures.
And the kiss.
Yeah. That was massive. It was forced though. They were an alien forcing the kiss, but it doesn't matter.
Well, no, it's still something that hadn't shown on TV before.
Well, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. But when you watch the episode for the first time, he didn't want to kiss her. He was forced. Doesn't change anything.
No, it's still progressive.
It was still the first white man kissing a black woman on television.
Inspired Whoopi Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was a kiss as such, but who knows how horny Whoopi Goldberg is. No one wants to see her.
I have a feeling she wasn't.
I can't believe...
Oh, Whoopi.
I should have known better than to think anyone wanted Whoopi Goldberg nudes.
Throw them down.
Arrivederci, Vito. I was a fool to think anyone would want nude photos of Whoopi Goldberg. What the?
Oh yeah, when they go through the cloud, they go into this big thing that looks kind of like a penis head. It's covered like dots.
It's all penises and vaginas.
Yeah.
And
it's like they identified it as an alien. I'm like, what? Is it like fucking emanating life signs? How do you assume this thing that looks like a dick is a fucking alien instead of aesthetic?
That just director's cut there?
No, it's actually in the original one. It's just they talk about going 500 meters above the creature just to get around it. And Sulu's like 500 meters.
That's big. It's big.
It's dangerously close.
Get it? The object is big.
It's like go above the alien, and then they just don't talk about it again. Like if you discovered a living creature within this cloud, that's not the.
I mean, I guess you got more
it's
pressing matters though.
It just seems like a weird thing
to establish. Yeah.
Like, it just seems like a weird thing to establish that it's alive.
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah, just cut it in.
Don't have it.
It's alive, just fucking catching track to be, we'll do it later.
No, it's like, it's massive. Like, they tell him to, Kirk tells them to, like, zoom out.
I remember.
It's like, no, we already are at maximum zoom.
Yeah.
It's just that big.
She big.
It's BB.
Also what she said.
So, they get out of the ship, they walk up, oh my god, it's Voyager 7. What is
Yeah, they
this?
try and rub it off, it just doesn't.
You can't read it, but whatever.
Oh, that's
It's
Voyager.
actually Voyager 6.
I wonder if Tuvix is on there.
Nah, because Janeway be there shooting him.
Yeah, she would.
And then, they come to the conclusion this massive entity, the element that it's lacking is humanity. It's already taken bald chick, right, and like reconstituted her matter and turned it into an android, a probe essentially, murdered her. And then Decker's like, you know what, I love you, so maybe I'll
do it.
Combine with the entity.
It's established that someone has to do it, and he's like, I might as well, you know? It's an next big adventure.
Basically, from the stuff I've read, like the script was to the point where like Shatner and Nimoy and that were like coming up with their own lines and stuff. Like they just got to the point where like, maybe.
As an actor, you should not have to do that.
I mean, I think all actors want to do that. They think they're writers, but
they think they know
they're actors.
They all came together okay.
Yeah, they're just like, well, fucking, I don't know, maybe Decker fuses with it. And it's like, okay. And at that point, that's when, if I was emotionally invested in Decker, then I'd care. But, like, it's just like, absorb him.
Yeah.
And then, nice moment on the bridge.
Just go that way, eh?
They're just like, well, we need to stop the movie. It's 2 hours. You can combine with it. And Decker's like, okay.
And then she's just like, fucking bitch slaps Kirk back.
So Decker loved Ilea. Is that her name?
We didn't even talk about the probe conversion scene.
Yeah, the Vija does definitely reconstitute an entity's matter into a robot probe and brutally murder her so it can
It's like she essentially cleared out everything but the skin and just replaced it with mechanical shit.
Pretty fucked up when you think about it, eh?
Like, McCoy's
it brutally murdered her. And once again, like, if it did that to Sulu, it'd be like, holy fuck. But they do it to the bald chick and I'm like, that's brutal.
She still got.
And then Decker dies.
Exactly as nice as they were before.
Nice.
Yeah. And she's wearing that ridiculously short
fucking pants. Just a shirt, basically.
Yeah, basically it's just a shirt. It's
that was Gene Roddenberry's influence.
Do you blame him? I mean, if you had a movie, would you not?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Why doesn't she take up it?
He's just
Mr. Roddenberry, him and Harvey Weinstein holding each other's hands.
Doing the Dutch Rider.
It's not gay.
We've officially tried. I didn't think we could fling more mud on Mr. Roddenberry. But we've done it, Mark. Congratulations. Dutch Rudder. Harvey Weinstein. Gene Roddenberry.
Whilst Norton Coke.
We've done it. We love you, Gene.
We do. We
love your
really
carcass.
So yeah, overall, as I said, I've only come to this film like in the last decade. I didn't grow up with it as a child like you two. I don't have any deep.
You fucking hated it.
I didn't like Star Trek. I was part of like the, you had to be a Star Wars or a Star Trek thing. You couldn't.
Too different, really, to really.
I mean, it's dumb. It's like you can only like Metallica or Slayer. You can like both. But I was a kid, so I was like, dang.
No, yeah, you were 100%.
Never would
I grew up with it, so I was like, no, it's alright. I don't mind it.
I got into it.
I didn't
late.
like it.
Like, I only watched Next Gen maybe a decade ago.
I remember when they first started airing Next Gen.
No, bro, it's literally in our home video.
That's insane.
When I'm like a toddler.
You're old.
And Next Gen's playing in the
You're
background.
going to die soon.
That's good.
This is the twilight of your life.
This on the topic of the film, during the director's cut, there are a few scenes where Spock talks a little bit more about how he feels a kindred to Vija, sorry, and it's the theme is that Spock like shed all of his emotions in the Kolinar thing. V'Ger never had any in the first place, and he's cold and empty. Like there's a scene where there's actually tears running down his face, and they're shed for V'Ger because he cries as he would for a brother, because he understands that V'Ger is constantly using logic. Doesn't always answer all the questions. It's asking questions.
Yeah, if anything, it raises more.
And
that brings a lot of depth to it.
It's just
Spock just kind of rocks up as
it's Spock's movie essentially.
Like, that's interesting.
Like he's
the normal one is more so Kirk's than Spock's, I would say.
Which is why he's a lot more warm towards them in like Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
And not Search for Spock because he kind of reverts back, but like he's very very warm to them in Wrath of Khan. Like he even gives up his life for them. Spoilers, but if you haven't seen it at this point, that's your fucking fault, isn't it?
It came out in the 80s.
And then it's now 2021, you lazy cunt.
If you haven't seen the Wrath of Khan, it's like one of the best fucking sci-fi movies ever.
I don't know this and not the Wrath of Khan. The Wrath of Khan?
Maybe they watched this and didn't bother watching any of the
Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, he got shitty because he was left on a boat, mate.
And he's fucking Wrath. This is just a bunch of goonbags tied together.
Me wife's a blow up? No. And you popped it, cunt.
You fucking pindi.
So, in conclusion, I've watched this film 3 times and fell asleep first 2 times. The third time, when I was forced to sit there and write notes,
because I fell asleep twice.
I loved it. It was great. It was amazing.
It's a good movie.
It's a sci-fi classic. It's like, I get why people didn't like it or understand it at the time, because it was kind of a response. After Star Wars and all that, you'd expect, and even like TOS is like they're adventures, right? They're going on adventures. This is like a grindy, old school 50s Isaac Asimov, Philip K. Dick, 2001, acid influenced, slow, boring, intense, amazing, Dutch ruddery film.
Coke snorting.
Yeah, but I like those kind of things.
Yeah, no, it's a good film, but like I said, I gotta have to be well rested.
It's boring,
and to watch it.
It's slow, and it needs like 15 minutes cut out of it.
It's like, it doesn't rate at the bottom of Star Trek films.
No,
it's like, like
it's better than, what's number 10?
Insurrection?
Yeah, no, that movie was pretty shit.
Insurrection was
Nemesis.
boring. Nemesis.
Tom Hardy.
Nemesis had like...
It had its moments. Like, watching it again as an adult,
it's fucking shocking, but it has its moments.
It doesn't make any sense, but I mean, I'll take... I don't know. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
like 15 years.
5 years.
5 years?
There's 10 of them. We do one every 6 months.
Wait till they bring out the Star Trek Discovery movies. No, I don't think they're going to do that. There is another season coming, though.
Just stop.
Yeah, I'm actually not keen. Like, I actually did not mind those Discoveries. Like, and I know you guys don't agree, but...
Picard Season 2 is coming out in February, and I'm like, I don't even know.
Wait, Tim, you like Discovery. You should be so excited for Picard.
Picard was fucking shit. It was worse than Discovery.
Yeah, I mean...
Even Patrick Stewart couldn't say it. That's how bad it is.
Can you compare shit and, like, pus? They're both disgusting.
You can, because, like...
Yeah, because...
The smell's different.
The shit was just on the streets. It was over there. It didn't matter. The pus got iconic actors and characters and dragged them through it. It's like, the Discovery was like,
I don't care about it.
But Picard wasted Patrick Stewart, who has like 5 years left on this earth. It wasted one of the greatest sci-fi characters of all time, or one of the greatest living actors of all time is still alive. So it's way worse.
It did have Rafi.
Like, Discovery didn't have Rafi.
Oh, Discovery should get Rafi.
That's why Discovery's better, because they don't have fucking Rafi. She's that terrible fucking character
of Rafi and Michael's adventures. Oh, cool. Who's Michael? But he's a top bloke.
They put Michael in charge of the fucking ship at the end of the last season.
Are you surprised? Were you not expecting it to go
I was hoping not.
It was always going to go
The way it was building, they were building someone else up to take that role when Saru stepped down. But no, they put that fucking wildcard dipshit in charge of the fucking ship.
William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy,
Yeah.
She was
DeForest
always
Kelly,
going
the
to be a
motion
captain,
picture,
whether she deserved it or not.
Discovery.
I don't hate her character. I just don't think she's in that.
She does. She didn't have.
She's better than Raffi.
It's
Everyone's
gone.
better than Ralph.
It's deleted.
She's better than the fucking Mexican Spanish dude as well.
What we need is Legolas to pop onto fucking Discovery and fuck Michael up.
They did actually make a reference to the same cult thing he's from.
Boo.
Of course they fucking...
Because they went to the future.
Boo.
Of course they did.
Well, yeah, they should have started in the future.
They have so many places they can go to continue from Deep Space Nine, and they decide to go prequel
It's
and
like-
then jump into the future.
Yeah, it's because the
That's where it
timeline
should've
got so
started.
messy. They're like, oh, this is too hard.
It has some interesting concepts there. I don't know why we're getting into this now because
I'm not. I'm not trying to.
It was mostly
me. I apologize.
I was trying to talk about William Shatner.
I don't forgive them for the fucking Klingons though. That pissed me off beyond belief.
I love
Takuma
William
looks like
Shatner.
my asshole.
I mean, it pissed me off no more than the
Leonard
ones in the
Nimoy.
J.J. Abrams films.
They at least looked a little more like Klingons than those.
They may look more like Klingons, they still look fucking shit.
Star Trek, the motion
Yeah.
picture.
You already finished, you already said you can.
Yeah, it had continued class
Did I
battle
wrap-
cruisers in it.
Did I wrap it up though?
No, because then you would have said thank you for watching, and then we wouldn't have had.
No, but did
Oh,
I
yeah,
wrap
yeah,
up my
we're wrong in
opinion?
shit.
Okay, continue, sir.
It's surprisingly good. It's inherently flawed. It's boring. It's too long. It needs cutting down. Nothing happens in it. It's a complete drag. You can't sit there and watch it, but it's amazing. It's brilliant. It's iconic. Those characters, those actors, those moments. If you're high, it's the motion picture.
We got to watch the director's cut just so you can see if it does make the
It
difference.
sounds like there's a lot of things in it.
Yeah, it does make the movie a little.
Is it
more-
better?
There's a lot of
I do
space
feel
there.
like it explained things better. Like even the HD, some of the stuff they added with the remaster, it actually, like when Vija's ship like dissipates or whatever the original, I couldn't even see what the fuck was going on in the original thing. It just the Enterprise just comes out of this light,
Yeah.
but it actually shows like the ship's actually like evaporating and stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of that little still scene where the probe comes up to the ship like in a fucking bunch of still shots, it's actually got the probe flying up to the ship.
Yeah.
You know, it's got little things in it that make a lot of it make more sense.
I'll give it a go.
And a lot of scenes that probably should have been.
Oh, probably kept cut, yeah.
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 Mark, you didn't watch it this time, but apparently it was an inherently influential aspect of your
it's a-
childhood, which will forever be etched on your psyche.
I've seen it a lot because Tim used to play it a lot.
Yeah, so you didn't need to rewatch it.
Not really. It's a good movie. I do wish I could have rewatched it, but I just fell asleep both fucking times. I didn't mean to.
So I'm
and
watching
then all
the
of a
next time,
sudden
I
it was
just fucking
today,
zap
and I
it.
was just like,
That's fair. I did rush
Time
to
to
get
watch it.
here as well.
I almost didn't get to watch it. I'm like, I have to watch this fucking movie today for
I
a
almost
fresh
didn't
mind.
get to watch it.
yeah.
Because, you know, you can get more out of it if you've just seen the film.
There's watching the
I
movie
will
and they're
honestly say,
sitting there
I will-
and actively, critically analysing it.
It is a
There
different
are
experience.
different,
I've never
yeah.
done that.
I will honestly say I will
I
have
do
a
it
lot
all
more
the time.
motivation to watch
Everything
Wrath of
is
Khan.
fucked.
Like, a lot more motivation to watch Wrath of Khan.
Can't wait to watch Wrath of Khan.
It's a good.
This is where I get on my knees and beg to be in the next one.
You can't watch it until the next one.
We'll do one every 6 months. How about that?
That sounds fun.
And 6 months after this is released, we'll do the Wrath of Khan and we'll go through all 10. It'll take 5 years. I'm not releasing this till like February because there's a bunch of fucking shit
5
coming
years,
up.
so by then we might not be up to. We need to do some more next gen reviews, man. We fucking.
When The Mandalorian comes out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Book of Boba, do you want to bash out one per week?
Like one per episode, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll give us another 10 episodes in. Because we're still on season 1.
No, we're into season 2.
Oh, we're into season 2
Yeah,
now.
it's
So we're
season
still on
2.
season 2. We still got another fucking 6 seasons. We're doing this in 4 years.
Next gen. Maybe 4.
Is it season 2, is it?
Yeah, we're just in the season 2.
No, I'm watching all of them, so.
I think it's a good strategy to punch one at it when we do these, like, week-long reviews. Like, you know, when like each episode we smash one out.
Well, we haven't filmed the next gen episode in maybe a year.
Yeah, you still.
But I've been releasing one about every 2 months. I've just had a bank, and the bank is almost empty. But we can replenish the bank.
I know that
We'll
feeling.
film the Star Trek films.
Last time we did it was when The Mandalorian season 2 came out.
Oh,
we did 4 for Vikings. We did 4 for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Doesn't, yeah.
Thank you all for watching.
Holy shit, we went off on a tangent.
And it'd really help out if you cunts could like, subscribe. Do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, it's the Lincoln!
Well, say it, cunt.
The Magnamagus Experiment. Did I even say that right? Fuck.
It's good for some lols.
Yeah.
And good night!
And our opinions are wrong and shit, right?
Null and void.